Hi guys, welcome back to a new Boom Beach video. Today I'm on my low level account and I'm going to be showing you an operation we did. Now to give you some context, here is our task force. This is our low level mini rejects 2 task force. We're 50 out of 50 right now, but it's where all of our low level players go, including my second account. We do have some higher level players just helping out, which is nice, but yeah, majority are low level players. And I wanted to show you this operation here when my team beat Stronghold, and in only 30 attacks. That's really good, but I was gone and I couldn't record that, so instead we're gonna show you this Stronghold where we got very close to finishing. I might have to cut out 1 or 2 attacks. It's very hard for me to fit 40 attacks into one video, so I might have to cut out some of them. But yeah, I just really wanted to show off this task force and show the mini rejects in action to kind of give them a little boost in confidence and help them out as much as I can. So we have Ikit5 coming up here. Ikit, very good player, has played the game for a very long time. And yeah, just clearing the rocket launchers, a very nice open, dropping another shock. Okay, perfect. That was such a beautiful open, able to take down all of the rocket launchers using the special gumbo ability at the time, which was like the second wind thing. So now we can come in. This player's a level 48, and this is a very good hit for a level 48, coming in and clearing the rest of the base. I already know it's gonna be a good hit. I'm just waiting for it. Got the shocks down perfectly, able to finish off the court. Yeah, just very nice hit, able to finish that base up surprisingly fast. Only 2 attacks, which is really good. So I wanted to give also a brief mention of the history of the rejects and where the name rejects came from. So I would be surprised if there's more than 10 people here watching this video that know the scenario of why I named it rejects. I think everyone should drop troops at least. Drop your energy, then drop your troops and try to do something to the base. But anyway, about the name, the rejects. So I don't know how many of you know, there's a Boom Beach player, or there was a Boom Beach YouTuber that was called Reversal. He made Boom Beach content way back in the day, kind of like Nick at Night, but not as big and famous as Nick at Night. And he was kind of making Vix Warships, nice name. He was kind of making Boom Beach content around the time when Nick at Night was kind of starting to quit. He started like at the same time as him, but he made Boom Beach content longer. Anyway, Reversal had a task force. I don't remember the name. Honestly, it might have just been called Reversal. And I joined it and I was a member of it for a long period of time. And I did operations with them. This was when I'm still trying to farm up my main account. My main account wasn't maxed out yet. And eventually we missed too many operation attacks and the person that was running the task force for him kicked me. So I went off and I made my own task force called the Rejects, and it was supposed to be the task force where everyone would go. Very nice hit using grenadiers taking down some shields. It was supposed to be the task force where everyone went once they were kicked from their own task forces, and that's kind of the naming behind the Rejects. But since then it turned into kind of just our name. I accidentally ended that attack. I want to watch the rest of it because, oh, you know what? I bet he dropped his troops on, he definitely dropped his troops on the right hand side. So very nice hit, a very nice open using universal remote. Okay, yeah, we're not gonna watch that. That was a waste. I thought he would do like an AZ attack, but then I was like, no, he has no energy left. But I'm glad he dropped his troops at least. This is honestly a really hard machina with all the rocket launchers that were on the beach, and you need smoke on the beach because of the mortar and rocket launchers. So a very tough hit, but this is a very nice hit. The player got their shocks down and placed in a very good position, and the only thing that hurt them was they just didn't have enough damage, which is understandable. So it was a very good hit. But anyway, that was kind of the story behind the rejects, and since that period of time, we've closed that task force, we've opened other task forces all around the naming convention of rejects or mini rejects or that sort of thing. And then at one point in time, we split into two 10-man task forces. So our ideal plan would be us kind of competing to see who could hit the leaderboards first, and that was what we were hoping it would be. It didn't quite work out. I kind of feel like the players in one of the task forces felt a little left out. Jimmy has never really been a task force user, so there was only one of my accounts and I was in one of them, and then the other task force were just doing the same thing we were. And I think eventually we closed down that second task force, focused all of our efforts on our 10-man team, and we kept trying to push that task force. And then after that we quit for a while, quit like task forces for a while, and then we opened up again. And I think we opened up rejects in our main task force now, which is called mini rejects. So it's been a complicated history. It definitely would have been cool if we just stuck with the same task force, but I feel like we had to switch it up to get people interested, at least back in the day. So it's okay though. It was a fun journey, and I'm really glad we were able to have task forces even. Like Boom Beach Frontlines doesn't have any sort of social feature, and hopefully we'll get something in the future, but if we don't, then we'll have to have a community on Discord and on our task force chats. And I want to mention something also. By the way, I'm currently recording this on the 16th, and this is a pre-recorded video, but I am graduating tomorrow when I'm recording this. Isn't that crazy? Like graduating college, I should mention. So I am this is like some more like background on me. I'm a computer science major, gonna be doing like software engineering starting in February. So I don't know what the future will hold for me. I'll still make YouTube content, and then I'm planning on moving out to New York in June-ish time period. So if anyone is in New York and has tips for me, drop them down below. But I'm gonna be remote until then, so I'm really excited. I'm still gonna make content, but I just don't know like what that will entail and anything about that. And then I'm just super pumped for the future. Okay, I know I've been talking a lot and not really talking about attacks. It's kind of hard when it's a low-level player trying to do all Zuka, because it's attacks like this where the player couldn't really have done more because they're such a low level. So I feel like I can't really give advice, because my only advice would be to level up your base to get better. Because there's a certain point where you can have all the skill in the world, but if you have too low level of troops or just not good enough statues, you're not going to be able to do well in operations. So definitely try to get smoke, because smoke is really helpful. Here, this player is a low level, take down the sniper tower, and then flare up and try to burn the core. You know, trying to stand out of range of the sniper tower is risky, but you know what? Actually, some of his troops is outside of the range of both of these defenses. So I think that's what they were planning, and I think did they finish? I think they do finish. Good job. I don't know why I was doubting. I didn't realize some of the troops were outside of their range, but very nice attack now that I think about it. I've made that mistake before on so many occasions where I kept thinking I would be able to, okay, I'm not gonna watch that attack. I kept thinking I was going to be able to burn down the core, but I never would have enough damage to burn it down while a defense is hitting my troops. So you really have to find a balance between just trying to hit the core as hard as possible and clearing defenses around the core so none of your troops die, or less troops die. The reason I skipped the last attack, I just don't like attacks where the player drops their troops on one side and just spends all their energy barding down something. There are definitely scenarios when that sort of attack is necessary. That was a very nice attack. Good job, Burner. There are definitely scenarios. That was not Burner. What was his name? David. There are definitely scenarios though. I'm just going to show this base as we finish up the video. But the scenario there is if the core is on like 50,000 HP and you need to clear buildings in order to bard it down, and it's way more risky to try an all-Zuka attack to finish it up than it would be to just drop your troops and farm energy. So in a scenario like the one that was set up in that previous base, It was more along the lines of that player had to burn probably like 400,000 HP on the core, which is impossible. So I much would have preferred if he just did an all Zuka attack. It would have went way better. But this player, sadly, the mortar getting the best of his grenadiers. Some of them I think will stand out of range, but he ran out of time to have that effect. Okay, next up we have Baymax, a level 26. That's insane. This player is so low. Okay, so clearing mines, good. One thing I've noticed at a very low level is operation mines are the worst. You know, for a high level, you can drop a couple barrages, clear a bunch of mines, but if you're low level, you don't have the energy to drop a couple barrages. So what do? You kind of just have to avoid them altogether, or drop one barrage or two barrages and then have no more energy left over to do anything. So it's really difficult for low levels to tackle mines. Very nice flare. Yeah, this player is, wow. So far, it's a very nice attack. Flaring to the core, burning the core down. Beautiful attack. I really enjoyed that attack. A part of me was thinking to myself, take down the mortars, but that would have been difficult because all the cannons had less HP than the mortars. So your Zukas, unless you flare specifically, your Zukas would all target the cannons first, which would suck because you can leave the cannons there. I think the best strategy for this base is just burning down the core. Or you can shock the mortars with 2 shocks, shock the machine guns with 1 shock. Beautiful attack. Just barely missed it. That's so sad. I feel sorry for that player. It's always a sad time when something like that happens. Here we go. This player's coming in, just burning down the core to finish it off. And I want to see something. That was okay. For some reason, I thought that said level 62, and I was a little concerned a level 62 was doing a BART job on that base. But I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please drop a like as always. I'll talk to you guys in the next Boom Beach video. Bye, guys.